Welcome to Coffee Break with Melissa. I am so happy to introduce you to our very special guest for today. I have Jason McClarin here, hailing all the way from
South side of Chicago.
Chicago. Yes, we're so honored that you made the trip all the way out here. It's your first time at a Rockford office?
Yep, first time in Rockford in my whole life.
What?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Triple welcome.
Thank you. I was close a couple of times. I made it to DeKalb, but I didn't make it all the way up here. So.
Well, I'm glad we gave you a reason to come out here, and there's Rockford is pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean it seems pretty chill. You know what I mean? Like I didn't catch any bad vibes coming out here, so it seems a little hilly. But other than that, I think it works.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Rockford has its, small. It's like a small town, but it's a big city for other smaller towns.
Gotcha.
It's like a mini Chicago for like, teensy towns for like the dangerous city that some people don't come to.
This is a dangerous city?
It can be, yeah. There's some beef.
Okay.
There's a little beef.
Okay. Well, hey, shout out to Rockford. It didn't look like that. So I guess it looks deceiving, you know what I mean? So
But I've been living in Rockford for a nice long time.
Okay.
Chunk of my life. And I did live in Chicago.
Okay, which one did you like best?
For entertainment and just excitement, Chicago, of course, but for raising a family and like creating roots at Rockford.
Okay, I can see that. I can understand that.
Yeah. It's very conducive to that.
Okay.
So even at the expense of, the cool skyscrapers and 24 hours stuff to do, but even that gets boring.
Yeah, I was gonna say once you're around it all the time, I mean, it's not eye-opening experience anymore. So, so I mean, you catch that on TV, not a big deal. So.
Yeah, totally. Or just something to go out, have your fun and come back home. Yeah. Not to mention the cost of living is cheaper out here.
Man, yeah. Okay, I can see that. Yeah, because Chicago, you have a tax on just about everything, Surprised they haven't taxed the air yet. So.
Yeah, it's coming. It's on the way, probably.
If you need cleaner air, we need an extra 10 cents per cubic centimeter of air.
Seriously.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, someone's going to find a way to sell us the air on the air thing. Well, I feel like I'm being like a tourism show, but
we're not.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
It's not. Sorry about that.
Yes, we're just vibing. It's a nice time. So what did you choose as your drink, Jason?
Just regular hazelnut coffee. I'm not super picky, It could just be regular coffee with hazelnut creamer in it. I used to work the overnight shift, so I used to make it pretty strong. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you drink a cup of my coffee, you're gonna be wired.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you and Phil will get along. He likes his coffee really strong.
Yeah, there's no other way. So it's like acid going down. But
see, I'm a creamer girly. I don't know. I don't have that. Yeah.
Well, I don't like it that dark, but as long as I put some creamer on it to just make it a little bit more palatable.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm not a real light roast girl. I kind of get annoyed. It's like, what am I drinking? If it's too light, it's like it's water. Like
hazelnut is like that sometimes if you get like a hazelnut coffee. So
yeah. Well, I'm enjoying something really good, yummy and pretty. It's like this is Rachel.
That's called Rachel?
Yes. Rachel created it.
Okay.
So I named it after her. It's like a coffee horchata, like rice water. Sweet drink, but it's coffee. It's like a hot chocolate, but coffee style, desserty drink.
So you said it's made from rice water?
No, it's like I'm comparing it to that. It's got that vibe.
Okay,
where it doesn't taste so much like coffee. It's like a nice blend of, I don't know, it's like a liquid dessert.
Okay, I got you.
Yay. Well, thanks, Rachel.
Different flavor kind of Red Bull deal you got going on?
Yeah. We can make you one later so you can try it.
Okay.
If you want. Yep. Well, guys, again, where are my manners? I never even told you what Jason does here. Jason, can you take it away? Do you mind telling?
Yeah, I am the manager of training at LSSI. I have been here since September 21. I came during the pandemic. I started out in the QCD department with Chrissy, quality compliance and data.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then once this position opened up, I applied for it, and here I am.
Yay! So. What do you like the most about it? What's your day? Let's. I've been wanting to ask you this. Sorry to interrupt you.
No,
What's like a week in the life of your position, your role?
Responding to emails, fixing things, troubleshooting a lot, creating different things for the LMS, trying to improve things that are in the LMS. So like an effort of that, this particular quarter is the ethics and compliance training that was just released. And so we worked with QCD to kind of revamp the ethics and compliance training that was about an hour long, and the voice was monotonous. It was literally black text on a gray background. And you had about 80 some slides to go through. It was like 40 or 80, some long number, but either way, it was a long time, and people were not big fans of it. So we worked with QCD, we worked with Kim, in particular, Kim Holderfield.
Okay, cool.
And me and Dr. Whitaker, my boss, Cherie Whitaker. We worked on it, had some iterations, and the final product is what you all see. And so we hope that, we can continue to up the ante and try to provide some more high quality content for the company as we move along. So
yes, and for those that may not know, the LMS is a training portal.
Yeah, learning management system, and LMS means learning management system, and the one that we have is called 360 Learning. On all LSSI computers, you should be able to reach it through your bookmarks that you have through HR. So you go through your bookmarks, look for HR, and you'll see 360 Learning right there.
Yes.
So
Jason is the friendly face that sends the quarterly training reminders.
Yeah.
Those ticklers that, they're necessary. Someone has to keep us on our toes. And
knowing
what's needed from us, what training materials are out there for us.
And so I get, the goal again is to try to just get more engagement with people, their training, getting it completed. And so that's kind of like a focus of ours, is to, just get more engagement, make sure people are completing more trainings and utilizing the features of the LMS to try to make that happen. So
sure. And are some of these trainings like GCFS, they're like required, or some of it is like just LSSI's content, or like?
Well, it's due to the grants and things that we have. Like, I'm not going to say all grants, but grants, contracts, relationships, things like that. And so that kind of drives our compliance training. Like we have the OIG training that's driven by the state of Illinois. A lot of our trainers are actually driven by the state of Illinois. Some are driven by compliance with COA. We just got done with COA.
Yes.
So
we passed, y'all.
Yeah, we passed.
Yes.
Yep. So so it's driven by that. But it's not just LSSI saying, hey, we need you to do this because we think, there is some of that, but for the compliance training, it's really all about making sure that we meet the requirements of our funders and the organization that we're a part of.
So. For sure. And I have a confession, Jason.
Uh-oh.
I wanted to be on your good side.
Uh-oh.
And be all caught up with my trainings.
Uh-oh.
But that didn't quite happen.
Okay.
I did log in, even on the weekend. I was like, let me go in there because I'm going to tell him on Monday that I'm all good. Oh my gosh, it's not as easy as it's like. You just got to really make the time and sit down, and then there's questions. Like, it's interactive. It's not just like play, passive listening. Which is, there's a reason for that.
Yeah, adult learning theory. And so the goal is to try to match the content and what we're presenting to how adults learn, and to make sure that it's instructionally sound and Yeah, if we're just trying to make it easier for the adults, our people that we serve, gen care and making sure that, we take care of the people who are taking care of the people, taking care of the people who serve.
Yes.
So that's part of that.
So I will work on it. I will finish my trainings.
There you go. Just get them done. Just get them done. They're not going to go away. So it's going to be a record of it, but I would just say get them done. Like I used to fall behind on my trainings, even though I'm the one who, implements them. But hey, things happen. Yeah. You just come up with a plan and, use the plan to attack it. Maybe it's every Friday for 4 weeks, I take an hour to do my training. Or maybe it's once a month where you take a half a day, you block off your calendar, no meetings, and you just put it on Do Not Disturb and you finish all your training. So, I would do that.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Everyone listening, try that, guys.
Yeah, try it. I mean, it works, and sometimes you might need change just for the sake of change. So, like I said, do it every week or maybe one time a month, but you can get it done. So.
Yeah, I'm going to write that down. That's a good organizational tip. But, there is something to be said about some trainings are more enjoyable than others.
I'll agree with that.
With how they do it, the energy, quality,
Yeah. Yeah, we're working on that. The first phase of getting the LMS going was really getting everything in there. You know what I mean? And so now it's about refining, replacing, and making sure that we have people who, so for instance, if you want to present a training, then I'll show you how to, I'll set up a meeting with you. I'll show you how to upload the training. We can do all of the different options that you want in the training. I'll record that, send it to you, let you marinate on that. So if you want to create some more, you can try it by yourself. And then when you run into any roadblocks, then you can come talk to me. And then I can help you navigate any of the issues that you're having. So we're really trying to empower content creators here at LSSI. If there's a training that needs to go out, we want to make sure that people know who created it. We want to make sure that you're engaged with your own training. You're able to see the training results. And so that's something that we're trying to do now.
So that's cool. That's really interesting. And we have Kristen's working on something for the company for financial literacy.
Oh, okay. Well, you can let me know, Kristen, and we can make it happen. I can put it in the LMS. We can put all sorts of questions. We can, there's a lot of different options. So
it's exciting. So is that new or?
Well, it's always been around, but I just think that the intention right now is really just trying to get people to interact more with their content, be more engaged, instead of just sending it to me. Maybe now it's, hey, I want to put this up there. Okay, well, let's make a meeting and I'll show you how to do it, or we'll have you do it, and then I'll kind of guide you through that whole process. So, just trying to be more proactive and trying to help people be more.
That sounds scary. And look, I'm here in front of the camera saying, that sounds scary.
It is not scary,
it's scary.
It's just like people even with computers. It's just like with computers, I've been working with computers since they've been around on monochrome screens. And so, people they always seem to be intimidated when using a computer. But the reality of it is that you're not really going to break anything. You just need to go in and click stuff and see what happens. You just click it. Just go through every menu item and see what they do. Click it and see what they do. Because at the end of the day, you're not going to break anything, and you'd have to really do something. I mean, it would be so hard to break a computer just clicking around and stuff. So, just play with it. Learn it. That's what I do.
No, that's neat. Yeah. Okay. We're all marinating on that. We're all thinking about that.
You just got to be curious. That's all. I'm curious. So, something, if I'm interested in something, I'll learn about it. Like I learned about lighting and video and audio and that whole thing.
Isn't it fun?
Yeah, it is. And I do it with the LMS, so that's part of what I like about the job is that, I do a lot of different things, and some of it is manipulating audio and video, text to speech, creating things inside of Canva for quick training,
Sure.
Using Adobe, what is it? Is it Photoshop? Lightroom? Using whatever I need to create whatever it is.
Yes.
And so I get to try out all of these different tools, use the right one for the right job. And Canva is one that we use right now. And some of the trainings that you receive are hosted in Canva. So.
Yes. Yeah. This is not camp related, but I can attest to it's a lot of like not giving up and learning and chipping away at it.
Yeah.
I'm working on learning Pro Tools.
Oh yeah, look at you. Okay.
Yeah, that's
just a little bit at a time. It's like learning Excel. Like, people want to say, "Oh, I want to learn Excel," but you're not going to learn Excel outside of what you need it to do. Like, you can know all of the formulas and everything else like that, but if you're only really sorting spreadsheets, you're going to forget most of that stuff anyway unless you use it. So just learn the one thing that you need to do one day at a time, one thing at a time until you get comfortable with that, and then just keep going about it, So.
Yeah. Speaking of Excel, I was preparing for this talk and I hopped on the training website. I was blown away at how many videos there are. There's almost 100 options, including Excel, Word.
Oh yeah.
And then I was like, what?
There are a lot of courses that exist outside of the training that is assigned to you inside of the LMS. Yeah, you just go in to the LMS, you're at home. On the left-hand side, you'll see Lutheran Social Services. That is the group that everybody is a part of. You click that, and if you scroll down, you'll see courses and paths and things that exist there. You can just take it. You don't have to be assigned it. And if you just want to learn something just for your edification, go ahead.
Guys, work that professional development. Hop on and see what's there, what's available.
That is, like we have the whole Office suite there. So if you want to learn Excel, you want to learn Word, Teams, Outlook, PowerPoint, Access, whatever, all of that is in there. There's about almost 4 hours of content for each Microsoft product, and they have beginner, intermediate, and advanced training.
I'm gonna get my hands in there and like see what I can like glean and like refresh skills.
Yeah, there's a lot there. I mean, you just gotta go for it.
Yes. So what about on the foster side? It's my understanding there we have a website for foster parents to gain training as well. Is that?
No. So that isn't anything that I do. That is CCS specific training.
Okay.
And I'm mainly focused on company-wide training.
Okay. Yeah.
So but if somebody needed to facilitate a training through the LMS, you can definitely let me know, and again, I'll work it out and consult with you.
Awesome. Yeah, LSSI wants to spread, the knowledge base that we have and like empower people to like add to it. Clearly is what Jason's saying.
Yeah, because you know what? I'll say this is that, we have all of these great people here with all of this knowledge and all of this content, but it's locked behind your brain. And it's like, why don't you just do a solid for everybody and just let us have it?
You know
what
I mean?
Little just
team.
Create something. Yes. If you see there's a gap and you're an expert in it because you've been doing it for 10 years, just come hit us up and maybe we can work something out. I don't know.
That sounds great.
Yeah, sorry for the,
that's a great plug because I'm sure there's so much talent, like just in this room, in this office, across the state.
Exactly.
I would love to know like some niche thing that someone, has like perfected or is working through. There's something to gain from.
And that's a part of the whole thing about empowering people or employees or whomever to create content so they can manage it and they can put it up and that sort of thing, And so empowering people to create content and then they have the knowledge to create it. Maybe they might need a framework or something to put it out there. But I mean, we can help with anything. So.
Exactly. Yeah. And I mean, this podcast is a testament. It's an example of that, of people trying to share what they have, what their gifts are, and coming together and putting on content, to do some good. So
definitely.
It's just now there's an additional avenue for other staff that not everyone, it's probably not possible for every worker to host a podcast for the company in this format, right?
Right.
There's only one coffee break with Melissa.
Exactly.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, but I'm so glad to know that other people that we can encourage that.
Yeah, I mean, you can create a course, and you can make it available to staff here at LSSI. I mean, there are a lot of different ways. Or hey, you can say, hey, here's the content that you need to create a course, or just something. We can try to find that happy medium.
Did you know, Jason? Can I just say, to counterweight that, I can hear, and even myself, workers would say, I have a lot of knowledge, but I'm spread really thin. There's workers that are phenomenal experts in many things within their job, but they're struggling to do their job because there are so many cases and, so many reasons that they don't, how would they find the time? Or I'm putting in the plug for management at this point is to, let's work on making space for workers to have that capacity, the time and the mental and emotional bandwidth to do
that
such
would be
a
great.
thing. Because
I think that would be great.
How can they do it if they need the ability to?
Yeah, and I mean, it doesn't have to be for all of LSSI. Maybe it's for your program. Maybe you've been working at a shelter and you've noticed that certain behaviors elicit positive behaviors from the youth that you're working with. So you put that down on a sheet of paper and you put it in a course. And then maybe you talk to your manager and say, hey, I think everybody needs to take this. Have your manager review it and move forward. So.
Or maybe it can be someone that designs it and then hands it to you, and then someone else can pick it up and do.
It could be any number
different
of things.
skills. There's writer strength people. There's camera strength people. There's tech strength people. So.
Yeah, I mean, I came here, we got the whole setup. So everybody is multi-talented at this organization.
Yes.
And there are a lot of people who came here from different backgrounds and different experiences, different perspectives. And, I think that everybody has something to contribute. And if we can, help everybody, why not?
Yes. So. And, honestly, that's what I love about hosting the show. I love it. I love it so much because I get to find out what people's passions and hobbies are, what makes them tick, what brought them here, what they did before. I don't always ask the same questions to every single person. It gets boring. It's I don't know. But I love connecting and finding that out and sharing that and helping people get to know each other through this platform.
It's pretty cool.
So,
and I think it helps the people who view it, the same thing. It's like they get to see a different side of me, of you, of the other people that you've interviewed. So, I mean, I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, I do too. And what did you do before this, Jason? Can I ask?
Before
coming to LSSI, your previous line of work or what, up until now, or in general?
Well, I guess when I first started, I was a GM of a place called Jimmy John's. Okay. I used to work there. I did that for a year and a half. I was a GM. Yeah, free smells. But I didn't like working the 6 days a week that they had to do. So half a day was considered 9 to 5. What? So
no way.
Yeah. So I got tired of that. And then I started working at another social service agency. I got in doing direct care, working with youth in care. And so, so it was a no decline shelter. So we dealt with anybody from newborns all the way up until the age of 21. We had a baby floor, a boys floor, a girls floor. We had 60
cute.
some odd.
I mean, it sounds cute.
Yeah, it sounds cute. The baby floor, yeah.
The baby.
But the other kids, it was kind of hard. We had to program 10-year-olds along with 17-year-olds. And that was a little bit difficult. I did that. I was a manager there, worked with the kids, worked with their caseworkers, which was an eye-opening experience in and of itself.
They work so hard.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
Yes.
some of them do. And then I will say that, yeah, so I did that. And then after that, after 5 years of doing that and managing at the shelter, I went to another place called HealthWorks of Illinois.
Oh, the
So,
insurance?
Yeah, with the kids when
Yes.
they come into care, they have to get their IHS and a CHE.
Yes. Uh-huh.
And so we were responsible for Cook County, and I was the quality assurance manager there. So I did all of the reports. I managed the other staff when people weren't around, or things like that. I did the training, I did the onboarding, random projects that I was a part of around the company, and then I was like, you know what, I want to change, and then LSSI opened up, and then I came here as a QCD.
Yay! The rest
manager.
is history.
Yep. The rest is history.
Yes.
So yeah, I really like it here, and I always tell people to go to the website to apply and see what happens. So
no, glad to have you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, and so okay, can I ask a technical question? Just if you don't mind, for my curiosity, maybe other people are curious. So, who do you normally contract for the training material when it's not like LSSI workers, putting it on? Like, you just have access to basically shop for content.
Well, we do have a content provider called Open Sesame. So a lot of the courses that we have, they're from Open Sesame. So even the Microsoft courses that I described earlier, those are from Open Sesame. We do have courses. Do we have courses from other providers? I think we do, but that may be coming to an end shortly. But basically, it's Open Sesame for the content that we don't have or we haven't created already.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, we will, I guess, contact some third-party provider to try to do something. So,
hey, guys, don't mind me. This is literally on-air nosiness. I'm sorry. I could have asked you this later.
It's no problem. Maybe somebody else wanted to know.
Yeah,
hey,
see, you're welcome.
You just got to ask questions.
You're welcome.
You never find. Not gonna find out till you ask.
Right. Exactly. So we're getting ready to wrap up. Is there anything that you'd like to share or add, or that hobbies, passions?
Hobbies, passions. Well,
sports, activities.
Yeah. Well, even though I work in compliance and I do reports and things like that, or I'm sorry, I'm the manager of training and I do reports and things like that. I'm a big tech guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I've been fixing computers, breaking them, the whole nine. There isn't a lot. Well, I'm not going to say that there isn't a lot I don't do, but so I'm like help desk. That's what I am. I don't do any programming, but if something's wrong with it, I can figure it out. And I don't normally have to. I've never paid anybody to fix my computer, and I'm proud of that.
Yes, proud computer nerd. Yes.
Yes. I would never pay anybody to fix anything. So.
No, that's awesome.
Yes.
No, thanks for sharing that. And what was I going to say? We can't talk about like your role. People need to know that you're part of onboarding as we wrap up. Can you tell us what you do when the HR part of it? And
are we talking about
like workers?
The workers. So what happens is if we have workers, not if we have workers, but when we have workers that are new to the company, they come to CSO and they attend the new employee orientation. And so lately we've been trying to tighten up that process so that we have the same NEO for everybody across the entire company. And so we set that up using the OWL video audio devices, using computers, using HDMI cords and TVs. And so the goal is to make sure everybody has the same experience during NEO. And so out here in Rockford, that's taking place. It's happening in a few other places, but everybody doesn't have new candidates every week. So they don't have new candidates every week. But when they do, the goal is to get everybody to look at the same information be presented by the same person so that everybody can try to have the same experience when coming on to the company. So,
yes.
Yeah, that's the goal.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
You have a cool job.
Hey. Yeah, it seems pretty cool. I like it. I do something different every day. It doesn't have to be the same thing.
Yes.
And so I think if I had to do the same thing every day, I might not be happy, but I do something different every day.
Yeah,
so it's cool.
No, that's great. And I'm a big proponent of bloom where you're planted, people. So find cool ways to work the job you already have.
I like that. Yeah, bloom where you're planted.
Yes.
I like that.
So, I'm a licensing worker, but found ways to make it different and serve in different ways that I find very exciting and fun and that contributes. So there's a space for everyone here.
I agree.
I would say. So with that said, I'll wrap it up here. Say goodbye.
All right, y'all.
Thank you so much, Jason. This was so fun.
It was.
Thanks for coming to Rockford. Hope to see more of you, even though it's far away. And everyone, contact Jason if you want to make some content for LSSI.
Yeah. Holla at your boy.
Yeah. Take care, people.
Bye-bye.